This week's guidance from the Ascended Masters, Archangels, Star Nations families, Earth elements, Fey elders, angelic legions, and other light beings known as the collective, greetings, friends. We are very pleased to have this time to speak with you today. This week we received an excellent question from a light bearer who asks, WTH is going on in politics? I get that everything has to come forward to be healed, but aren't we circling the drain for a long time? An excellent question. It is so that Lady Gaia has moved on to the fifth dimensional timeline. Yet there are still a number of deep-seated expressions of the third dimension occurring around you. And so, many are impatient, asking that these be gone, that war, hunger, separatism, low intent, dense emotion, all forms of violence be fully released from all earth life. Many of the earth's people are also declaring that they will brook no more interference from the lower realms, whether from entities, ETS of low intent, or from various technologies and political movements that seem poised to complicate earth life, and run rampant over group and individual freedoms. And we would say, that among your light-bringer reactions and responses, is an aspect of your own heart-mind that you are not yet fully aware of. The high heart is full of engagement with the higher energies flowing in from your sun soul. It is full of the celebration of fifth-dimensional energies. This beautiful and miraculous total solar eclipse that has just occurred, visible in several countries, is evidence of shifts in the macrocosm. These are powerful shifts, not only in how it feels to live upon the earth now, but with the earth's own vibrational reality, her place in this galaxy and in this universe. And so, at every moment, Earth is leaning into greater alignment with those creating moments that establish new, higher levels of life and experience, without your even being aware of such. And so, yes, you see in the news media reporting on one disaster after another, whether natural or human-made. You may feel that far from ringing in beautiful new changes on the planet, Earth is imploding with even worse scenarios than she did while still in the third dimension. Yet the difference between then and now, and the experiences being birthed on your current 5D timeline, is great. Spurred on not only by the astrological occurrences that are ushering in the age of Aquarius beginning this calendar year, and not only the reawakening of so many who are beginning to recall aspects of their lives in the great civilizations of thousands of years ago. Not only the heart-opening moments of facing head-on the wounds and fragmentations of the past, with a will to finally heal and resolve these, as great as that is. The difference is your own increasing mastery of the moment, friends. Your own increasing awareness and capability for first asking, before leaping into action to deal with an issue, what energetic vibration created this? Or what was my contribution to that, as someone on the earth now? What needs to be healed or resolved inwardly, to move this situation up to a higher level? So that rather than working purely to alleviate the outer situation first, you are increasingly grasping that all is energy, and that all must be addressed energetically, not only to heal an issue, but to lift and revise its vibrational basis. This is one of the great conundrums of physical life. You currently live in physical form, and have been strictly taught to address all issues outwardly first, risking being called lazy and unfocused or not addressing the real issue if you do not leap up to change an issue outwardly first. And of course, if a building is burning, you do indeed need to leap up and get out of it. So that much of your thinking will hold that it is nonsense to address an issue vibrationally first. That in order to stop a war, you must order all parties to cease all hostilities immediately. Or that in order to stop an illness, you must do various tests, then diagnose, then find the right outer cure, and use it as soon as possible. And yet, despite some need for immediate outer action, nothing really begins with the outer situation. And nothing is truly lifted out of any density until its foundational vibration is lifted higher. Your own higher minds and high hearts are grasping this perfectly now. You are increasingly looking to understand the basis of any outer situation, and intuitively tracing the clash, imbalance, or apparent lack to its original belief systems, emotional density, or lower vibrational alignments. As you look at evils as dark as that perpetrated by the Nazi Party of the 1930s and 40s, you might trace their actions to ancient beliefs and assumptions based on esoteric teachings. And a very great desire not only for ethnic cleansing, but for world domination. There are some still upon the earth who follow that doctrine, though they have cloaked their intentions with talk of democracy, fairness, equality, and other terms used to garner popular support. Despite their low vibrational intent and service to the lower order, and all its chaos, we do not see their actions succeeding as they intend. What they desire is to create enough confusion that the majority are convinced that the world is only getting worse, and that the future is dubious at best, dangerous, and dark at worst. This is what they intend with outer shows of violence and outbreaks of illness. This is what they intend with the news and podcast chatter about how AI has the potential to take over humanity and all human systems, and how fruitless it is to fight such a development. This is what is intended when the self-appointed experts and representatives, who represent only their own interests, and that of the corporations and millionaires who support them, behave as if nothing can be done about a particular situation, blaming the economy, other countries, the other party, or questioning the patriotism of those who object to their decisions or inaction. These ones depend upon fear as their main agent of control, and some will fall into that vibration for a time, while others refuse. And so, you are, as we have noted several other times, in a void. You are between that place where billions trusted unquestioningly what they saw on the television news or read on the internet, and the place you are moving into, in which millions have begun to question much of what they hear. Many now ask which corporations are backing a news broadcast, and who runs the show's network or platform. They look into the built-in biases of those claiming to be objective, asking their own inner intuitive sense what is really happening in their country or elsewhere. And they look at their own political parties and prevailing power structure and realize, we have not had a democracy for a very long time, if ever not a true democracy. These are the awakenings, the realizations, the growth and truthfulness which people are now stepping into at an astounding rate, whether they call themselves light bringers or starseed or are someone not consciously interested in spiritual growth. Nevertheless, that growth and increasing awareness is occurring. And that is the energetic environment you now find yourselves in. The tumultuous events of the 1960s were perhaps a small introduction to what you see happening now around the world. Yet what you are entering now will make that time look to be only the slightest meandering into a conscious, heart-opened reality. In that era, many peace activists, meditators, natural healers, and unconventional artists were often marginalized as being too left-wing to take seriously. Yet that time in history will prove small and contained, compared to what we see growing increasingly around the planet. What you are asking in effect, is why is it taking so long for the new forms of government and political awareness to come in? Why is it taking so long for people to wake up to the fact that there is no one political party or politician who can save them? Why don't they realize that they came here to do that for themselves? And that there is no shortcut to realizing their own autonomy and growing sense of inner awareness that they are creators in their own right. Photo of eclipsed sun, courtesy of white knights of the Ashta command, and that their sovereignty must be celebrated and upheld, not sold for a sense of security, an old trap too often laid on humanity's path. You will have heard of Mr. Franklin's 18th century quote, that those who would give up essential liberty, to purchase a little temporary safety, deserve neither liberty nor safety. You can uphold your own higher vibrational reality, whatever may be happening to or around you. Though it may seem that all around you would vote for those who desire complete control, and a loss of group and individual rights, you are able to hold fast to the poet's declaration, still I rise. Asterisk you can create a life of fulfillment, beauty, abundance, and joy, though all around you choose to feel disempowered, angry, and disenfranchised. And though it seems to be taking a long time for outer political realities to move to a far higher level, you can continue to move forward on your path, falling in love with life on this planet and all her beauty and growing empowerment, whatever may befall the human systems around you. Whatever may occur in whole sections of the planet and of humanity, including those who came in at this time to try to dim the light pouring into every molecule of the planet and all her beings. A useless enterprise, for you have all, as a human race, already decided to rise. And so, release those paths that are not yours. And attend to your own expression of the path of light. Give thanks each day for increasing awareness yours and the whole planets of the presences of the higher realms flowing to you now in tangible form, and the powerful presence of the golden light particles flowing to earth from your Sunday. Each particle is sentient and aware. They flow into your cells, your consciousness, your inner life. They are illuminating everything within you, so that the outer forms cannot help but reform and rebirth into the next higher form of life. All is well, friends. Do not be fooled by appearance, nor ruled by it. Keep your eye on that which sustains and inspires. Release all else. Namaste, friends who are family. We are honored to assist on your paths. And we are with you, always.